Hi, my name is Clinton Wanjala, and today I would like to talk about how to save money when you are on a tight budget and still maintain your happiness. I know maybe you are wondering, how do you save money when you don't even have enough to sustain yourself? Right now, there are tough economic challenges all over the world, and many people are struggling to put even food on the table. But today I'm telling such a person that even in those kind of hardships, it's still possible for you to save. I know it's very challenging when you're broke and someone tells you to save. You wonder, how can I save? And even paying my rent is an issue. It has been months you have not even had money to take yourself out. Then how can you save? But there's one thing that I need to tell you. Saving is not about your income. It's not about how much money you earn. On the contrary, I came to learn that saving is more of a habit. It's a habit that you learn. And I wish we could have been taught this earlier so that you know even in tough times, you can still save for your future. Because one thing that you should know is that saving is more of being intentional and knowing what you want for your future. And I am very aware that there are those months when things just go bad. And when you think that they are about to get better, something just pops out and it becomes bad. I've been there, and I know probably maybe you have been there, and that's why you want to watch this video and know how you can save when you are on a tight budget. So, I have prepared 5 strategies that I'm certain that they will help you understand the concept of saving and how you can even save when you are on a tight budget. So, without much ado, let's dive into this video. The first strategy to saving money when you are on a tight budget and still maintain your happiness is by starting small. Just start. This is what I call the power of tiny habits. You see, many people usually tell ourselves that I'll start saving when I earn more. When I land my dream job, that's the day that I'll start saving. You promise yourself. But as you're waiting for your dream job, it keeps getting pushed further away. 1 year, you haven't still landed your dream job. Another year comes, no job. The 3rd year, it's now the 5th year, still no job. You haven't saved anything. But what if you started from the beginning when you didn't even have a job? When I talk about saving, I'm not saying that you should save millions. You don't have to be a millionaire to start saving. You can even be earning $100 a month. But if you have good plans for yourself, trust me, you'll have some money to set aside for your future plans. So, I usually tell people that saving is more of a habit. You start small, even with $1 a day, $1 a week, $1 a month. I tell you, in 10 years' time, you'll see the power of consistency. That's why I usually tell people that consistency with time is more powerful than intensity. That's the power of tiny habits. And when you just save $1 from the money that you earn, you won't feel the pinch of the money that you have set aside. That means that you won't sacrifice your happiness for saving. So, if you are planning to save, just start small. Bit by bit, this is what I call the power of tiny habits. Now, on to the second point, or rather, the second strategy. This second strategy is about automation, which I like to pair it with budgeting. Okay? It will help you a great deal to save without feeling like you are missing out on life. Remember, my goal in this video is to teach you how to save and still be happy, even when you don't have enough money to sustain your life. So what do I mean by automation? This is what I mean. When you have your income, before you even check your income, you should put a direct deposit into your savings account. In that every month, if you are being paid on 5th or on 28th of every month, on that day, that money that you have set aside is directly being sent to your savings account. So what you remain with is your income minus the savings. When you do this, trust me, you will not even feel that you're losing some money from what you have earned. There are many moments when your heart really wants to go north, but the economy keeps dragging you south. And do you know why it's very hard to save in such moments? It's because many people don't know the tactic of saving. You will find that most people like to save last, and that's where they go wrong. And that's where maybe you go wrong. You should not save last. Make sure that the first thing that you do when you receive money is to put aside some savings. Then budget with what you are left with. Okay? When you do this, you realize that you are able to sustain yourself. You know, human beings, we are very flexible. And when you say that you'll save at the end of the month, you realize that the money that you had will not even be enough to sustain yourself. But if you started by saving, you realize that you'll find clever ways, strategic ways of maintaining yourself through the end of the month. That's why I usually advise people to automate your savings. Because if you just depend on motivation and willpower to save, trust me, it will fail you. We cannot rely on our minds, the motivation that we get from people, or the willpower that we have to build our future to help us to save. That's why we are in a digital age whereby we can just automate everything. Just set up a direct transfer from the bank account that you receive your income, and every month when you receive your income, it is directed to your savings account, which can be a locked savings account, which means that you cannot access it directly. That's the power of automation. And regarding budgeting, after you have saved a segment of your money and now you are remaining with the remaining portion, create a spreadsheet. You can even use an app. It's free. An app like Notion to create a simple budget for the month. Trust me, when you track your expenses over time, you realize that there's a lot of money that you could have saved, but you didn't know where it was going. That's the importance of tracking your income. Now, let's go on to the third strategy that can help you to save money and still maintain your happiness even when you are in a low income job. The third strategy that I have today is save for happiness. You don't have to save for bad moments only. Yes, it's very good to have an emergency fund. But the thing that makes many people don't have the motivation to save is because you are always saving for big goals or emergencies. Many people save so that when they find themselves in challenges, they can find a way of getting out of that challenge fast. But did you know that if you save for happiness, save for something that is fun, save for something that you like, it will make you even get the motivation to save for other things too. For instance, if you want to take yourself out, you can plan a month earlier, 2 months earlier, or even 3 months earlier. Start saving for that goal. You can even save for a concert. Maybe Rema is coming to your town. Maybe Rihanna. Save for that concert. When you save for things that make you happy, or maybe even you want to buy a new gadget, save for that. You don't have to wait for some big money to come your way so that you can purchase that thing. just plan earlier in advance and start saving for that thing. And when you do this, you realize that you are getting a habit of saving, which will help you a lot to achieve financial freedom earlier than when you could have waited for big things to happen in your life. So, in this strategy, I tell people that what you need to do is you have to save for happiness too, not just for emergencies. That's where I think we go wrong. I don't know what you think. You can tell me in the comment section. But I think it's a very good strategy to save even for the things that makes us happy. We don't just have to save for bad things. Now, let's go on to the fourth point, or rather, the fourth strategy on how to save money on a tight budget without sacrificing our happiness. Now, on to the fourth strategy. How do you save money on a tight budget without sacrificing your happiness? The fourth strategy that I've created is make lifestyle tweaks that will make you happy. Okay? You are someone who likes traveling. It has always been your dream that you want to go to Dubai, but your pocket doesn't allow that. So what do? You don't stop saving. You don't become miserable in life. Don't live like a hermit. Just go out, have fun. But how do you do this? You plan earlier in advance. Since we have realized that the income that we have, the money that we're making in this month, will not allow me or us to go to Dubai, but the money that we can gather is enough to take us to a local place. For instance, if you are Kenyan, you can go to Diani. Okay? If you are Tanzanian, you can go to Zanzibar. You don't have to go to Dubai, but still, you'll achieve happiness even in Diani. Okay? So, when you realize that you can satisfy your desires by saving, you'll be a happy saver. This is what I call becoming a modern saver. Now, on to the fifth strategy. This strategy is what I call block the noise. Social media is very good. Social media keeps us happy. That's why you'll see everyone on their phones throughout the day, glued on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. But with everything that has an advantage, there's also a disadvantage. Many of us are usually carried away by the posh lifestyle that we see online. But you should realize that when someone tells you online that they have bought a new car, you're not 100% sure that they bought it with cash. Some take debts, some people even hire. And you are stressing yourself out that why is this person, he's even younger or she's younger than me and she's able to buy a new BMW, but I can't. But you don't know what's behind the scenes. Maybe they even just doing promotions. So this strategy, I say, just block the noise. If you see someone is giving you a lot of stress, just unfollow that person and follow someone who can add value into your life. For you to save happily, you have to be peaceful. And if another human being denies you your peace, then I think it's only fair to unfollow that person and look for someone who can elevate your life. I hope the 5 strategies that I've given you will help you a lot in saving more, saving in the future. And if you think there's another strategy that is important and can help us, the Finder community, kindly share with us in the comment section. And until we meet in the next video, I wish you all the best as you start your savings journey. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Thank you.